Peace and love, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Sheldon and I help people ascend their consciousness and discover the path to enlightenment. I hope each and every one of you is having an absolutely beautiful day, and I'm sending a lot of love, a lot of peace, a lot of healing energy. Once again, guys, I want to talk about why ancient societies were so powerful back in the day. And some of the things that they did in order to secure their power and to really accomplish some of the wonders that they did. And even to this day, we're not able to replicate some of the things that they did way back then. So obviously they were tapped into something beyond. And I've done a lot of research on ancient societies and these gods and pharaohs and really about all these people that just accomplished wonders in the past. And the one thing that they had in common was that they were very tapped in to infinite energy or source information. They were constantly meditating. They were doing things like yoga and grounding and experiencing plant medicine, for example. So things that were really connecting them to a higher power, to infinite energy, to infinite intelligence, if you will. So these things nowadays are suppressed and buried. The wisdom is suppressed and buried. And instead we get a false education system that leads us nowhere, except for to work a job 9 to 5 and slave for the rest of our lives. That's it. But these ancient societies were so much more powerful because they were tapped into something beyond, right? So through meditation, through plant medicine, through things like Kundalini Yoga, Qigong, all of these practices help them connect to this infinite intelligence or infinite energy that I'm talking about. Now, there's a lot of people around the world that have done this as well. You could see Qigong masters that have lit fires with their hands because they're able to master their Qi energy. They're able to harness the yin and yang energy within their body and therefore use it. We are able to access supernatural powers. I mean, there are monks that are able to levitate. You see monks that can put their fist through, hundreds of bricks, dozens of bricks, if you will. That's not just because they're strong, it's because they're using something beyond. They're using their infinite energy within. They're able to harness that infinite energy. We are extremely powerful beings, and they knew that back in the day. So, if you research ancient iconography, you'll see, these beings depicted using plant medicine, using psilocybin, using ayahuasca, meditating, doing Kundalini Yoga, all of these things because they knew that it would connect them to source. And once you're connected to this infinite intelligence, this infinite wave of energy, you're able to access information, right? So they were accessing outer-worldly information and using it for our world, right? So that's why they were able to build pyramids all over the world in specific ley lines and energy ley lines in the most magnetic parts of the world, right? So they knew what they were doing. The pyramids are in exact alignment with Orion's belt in the stars. They knew exactly what they were doing. And they knew what they were doing because they were very tapped in. These beings had their third eye open. Their intuition, their intuitive side was very, very strong. So they knew what they were doing, right? That's why when you see, like, you'll see in ancient iconography, that, these beings were depicted with the snake coming out of the third eye. And this is because they access their inner energy, their Kundalini energy. Kundalini in the form of a snake. It moves up the spine and it pierces the third eye once a being is awakened, right? So they did this through practice and practice and practice. And once they were able to master their inner energy, they were able to tap into infinite intelligence and receive information on what they were doing here, what their purpose was. You were never taught about the emerald tablets of Thoth that were found in the pyramid. These tablets were made on indestructible emerald. It's not even found, emerald gold, sorry, it's not even found on the periodic table. right? And he talks about the whole universe, how he manifested the pyramids. You know, there's so much information there, but you know, they give you a Bible, right? But you were never taught about these things. This stuff was always suppressed and buried because this is the real information that they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know how powerful you are, of course, right? But no one ever looks back at ancient societies and be like, you know, why were they able to accomplish these things? No one ever looks at it. They just, you know, keep going on with their daily lives. But I was so interested. I'm so connected to these ancient days, and I know why they were so powerful. It's because they were accessing information that most people don't access. You know, I've been diving into this for years, right? I'm not saying that I'm even close to on their level. I'm not, but you know, I know where they're coming from because I've been able to access this information for a very long time to give me guidance along my journey as well, and experience synchronicities and all that stuff, right? So, but they were very deep into it. They were very deep into it. They were very connected to the earth. They were always sun gazing. They were always grounding. They were drinking high alkaline water. They were eating plants and vegetables. They weren't eating animals. You know, they were very ascended beings, and they were able to accomplish wonders because they were very connected, right? So I just wanted to make this video to show you guys why these societies were so powerful. You know, Atlantis, the Mayans, the Egyptians, the list goes on and on and on. Even the Babylonians, right? They accomplished things that still baffle scientists nowadays, and it's really just because they were very connected. You know, third eye open. They were using ayahuasca. You know, rich in DMT. The veil between the inner and the outer worlds was essentially vanished when using ayahuasca. Right, able to access infinite energy, intelligence, whatever you want to call it, source, psilocybin. You know, they knew what they were supposed to be doing, and they did it in the most amazing ways, right? So, you know, research these things and understand that there's so much more to life, that you could tap into this same energy. And once you realize that, then you could start to develop your true nature, and you can start to develop into this being that you're supposed to develop into, and start to access this energy that they did as well, and take back your power and step into the life that you're always supposed to live, right? I'm not saying that you need to go build pyramids or anything like that, but you could use that energy and that power to do wonders, to do great things in the world. So, you know, never dismiss information. Go out and do your own research and draw your own conclusions, but from the research I've done and from what I've practiced on myself, I know that this is fact. I know that they were connected to the earth. I know that they were sun gazing. I know that they were using plant medicine. I know that they had their third eyes open, and that they were able to access infinite intelligence and energy, and therefore accomplish absolute wonders. So that's really all I wanted to say today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, press that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But for now, we'll part ways. So peace, love, and have a glorious day.